Done made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go, to see what the end will be. Done made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go, to see what the end will be.
Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down,
to see what the end will be.
Sometimes I'm almost to the ground,
to see what the end will be.
If you don't believe I've been redeemed,
to see what the end will be.
Just follow me down to Jordan Street,
to see what the end will be. God made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go, to see what the end will be.
One of these mornings, it won't be long,
to see what the end will be.
You're gonna look for me and I'll be gone,
to see what the end will be.
I'm going up to heaven to sing and shout,
to see what the end will be.
There'll be nobody there to turn me out.
God made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go, to see what the end will be. God made my vow to the Lord, and I never will turn back. Oh, I will go, I shall go, to see what the end will be.
Done made my vow to the Lord, done made my vow to the Lord, done made my vow to the Lord, to see what the end will be. Done made my vows to the Lord, done made my vows to the Lord, done made my vows to the Lord, to see what the end will be. What the end will be. Done made my vows to the Lord, done made my vows to the Lord, done made my vows to the Lord,
to see what the end will be. Done made my vows to the Lord, done made my vows to the Lord. I shall go, just to see what the end will be. What the end will be. To see what the end will be. To see what the end will be.
The first time that I experienced racism.
The first time I encountered racism.
The first time that I encountered racism.
So the very first racist encounter that I had was last year around December. I went to the mall and I walked into a store and was just looking around with one of my friends. So we were looking and a worker walked up to us and said, are you guys okay? Do you need any help? We were like, yeah, we're fine. So after that, this older white lady, she walked up to us right when the worker was going to walk up to us, and she was like, are you stealing? Why would you steal from this nice store? And all these other things. And we were just looking at her like, we wouldn't steal anything. We've never stolen anything a day in our life, because what's the point? So she goes on to say, it's always the black kids. Y'all are stupid and you don't think, you don't use your brains that God gave you. And we're just sitting there and we're getting offended and upset at this point. So the worker who was following us walks over and is like, ma'am, calm down, what is your issue? She was like, these kids don't know what to do with their life. They all resort to, she said, ghetto lifestyle and stealing from folks and all that stuff. And the worker basically told her that we weren't stealing. He just needed to monitor everybody in the store, which he was. But she just decided to pick on us because of our skin color, I guess. That made me, I was more mad than sad or upset maybe, because it's like she doesn't even know me and she's already like trying to profile me because of what skin color I am, which makes no sense to me at all.
So the first time that I remember encountering racism was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I played hangman with 3 of my friends. 2 of them are white girls and 1 of them is a black guy. Me and the black guy, we put an inappropriate word on the board because we were being childish. And then one of the white girls says, "Why y'all are acting like monkeys?" And me and him leave because we don't want to get into any of that kind of stuff. And when we come back, girl B says, "What's going on?" And girl A says, "They're acting like monkeys." And girl B says, "Yeah, because they are monkeys." And like that just hurts me because racism is just still alive in this world, even in the children.
So the first time I experienced racism would probably be when I was back home. And it was actually the school I attended before this one. It was a predominantly white school. I was one of the 3 black kids. Everything was different. Like at the beginning, before I like started actually like getting into my work and stuff, like it felt like people were treating me like I didn't know anything or like I wouldn't know anything. Like they would go out of their way to explain things to me specifically. Whenever I would get good grades, they'd be like, "Wow, you're so smart. That's so surprising." I'm like, "Why is that surprising?" And they would just go silent. And I'm like,
The first time that I experienced racism was when I was in the 3rd grade and a younger white girl in my neighborhood called me a Negro. It made me feel lower than a human being and stuck with me for a very long time, going back and forth in my head, and it really gave me a bad and horrible feeling.
The first time I ever experienced racism was when I was in 2nd grade, and my class, we watched Ruby Bridges, the movie about her and what she has to go through.
The first time I experienced racism, I felt sad and as if I didn't belong.
The first time I encountered racism was, I think in 6th grade. I had been at the YMCA summer camp. I used to have this group of people I used to try and hang out with. There was this one kid who used to just get upset at me randomly. One thing he'd say was, "I'm gonna slap the black off of you if you do that again." I didn't know how to respond to that, so like one day I just went telling my parents about it, and they went and dealt with it. But I didn't realize what that meant. You know, I didn't realize how bad that was, him saying that. But yeah, I guess some people just are messed up like that, you know.
The first time that I encountered racism was when I was at my old school, and it was a majority white school, and like someone sent somebody a note that was like, it kind of was a death threat, and I got called to the principal's office. Like they went through my stuff and they found like a drawing that was close. It was barely like there was a drawing on the note, and it barely looked like the pic, like my picture that I drew. So like I almost got in trouble for that.
and my hairstyles was another thing. Like, whenever I would have braids, they would be like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know your hair was so long. It always looks so short." One day I came in with an afro, like, because I like to wear my hair in a fro sometimes. And they lost it. Like, they completely lost it. Like, they were like, "Oh my gosh, did you cut your hair? You forgot to do your hair this morning. Why didn't you do your hair this morning?" And I was like, I did my hair. And they're like, "That's not done. Why did your hair do that?" And I'm like, do y'all not know how black hair works? But there were a lot of times where it felt like they hadn't seen a black person before. And it was so strange to me.
For my whole life, I've always known that I was different. And the first time I experienced racism was when I was younger. I walked into a store and the security guard was constantly looking at me. And no matter where I went, I could always see the security guard, and he was always looking at me.
I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
I feel that the phrase "keep on keeping on" is a very powerful statement for African Americans to keep fighting the racial injustice in our country and to never let anything hold us back.
Seeing all this other stuff coming up, it's just kind of difficult to look at, you know? But you gotta, I guess, pray and keep moving forward, because a lot of the stuff is just not gonna change. You gotta hope that they realize how messed up it is.
Honestly, when it comes to just persevering in the face of all this injustice, it really comes down to just praying for the strength to persevere, because just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna get up this morning, I'm gonna persevere, that's not gonna work. Trust me, I've tried. It's not gonna work. Just going out into the world and just thinking that you can just do anything because racism hasn't encountered you specifically is not a good way to go about life. Like, you're gonna experience it at some point, and you have to be able to call upon the strength that you're gonna need to persevere. Like, after all that's happening, it's gone past the point where it's just like, well, it's just a small inconvenience, I'll just keep going with my day. No, at this point it could get you killed. So it's you kind of just have to pray and ask God to give you that strength and to give you that hope and that faith that better things will come and that He will protect you. But yeah, you really just have to ask God to help you out, because it's not something that I don't feel like it's something that you can do completely by yourself. It just doesn't work that way. The way this country is spiraling out of control, it's too much for you to just deal with by yourself. So you're still gonna have to kind of pray that God gives you the strength to make it through the injustices that you're facing, as well as the end times, because this is probably a sign of the end times. I don't know how, but I feel like it is. Just pray and ask God to help you out, and He will if you are sincere.
I will keep on keeping on in a spiritual perspective by praying for those affected by racism.
I plan to keep on keeping on by not simply turning the other cheek, but praying for that person or saying kind words back, even though it can be very hard at times.
Like, the way that I think, like, we can stop racism is, like, it's because most of the time we're, like, all to ourselves. Like, the black community and the white community, like, most of the time in most situations we're all to ourselves. Like, we're not talking to, like, each community is not, like, together. Like, they're not talking to each other a lot. But, like I know there are people that are, like, friends with white people, or, like, they go to school, like, they're bros with white people, but, like, we're not really, like, connected like that. So I feel like we should, like, get together and stuff and do more things together.
Well, one thing that I noticed is that they always kept pushing forward. And when I say they, I mean the people that came before us, like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass. They all kept pushing forward, and that's all I can do, because what I'm experiencing is nothing compared to what they experienced when they were alive. So all I can do is push forward, and I hope you guys can do that too.
So I would say, like, for people who deals with this stuff, like, on a daily basis, no matter where they go, they should really turn to God, because you can have that type of stuff done to you and still be a happy person only because you have God in your life. And if you get profiled like that, it'll affect you, of course, but you won't get upset and feel some type of way because you have God on your side, because praying works and He will do a lot for you.
matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. I'm gonna praise until I make it home, make it home. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on praising the Lord. I'm gonna praise until I make it home, make it home.
Oh, through trial, tribulation, I'll keep praising, every day, every day. Determined to go with Him all the way.
So I'll praise until I make it home, make it home. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on serving the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on serving the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on serving the Lord. I'm gonna serve until I make it home, make it home.
Oh, through trial, tribulation, I'll keep serving, every day, every day. I'm determined to go with Him all the way.
So I'll serve until I make it home, make it home. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on working for the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on working for the Lord. No matter what, I'm gonna keep on working for the Lord. I'm gonna work until I make it home, make it home.
Oh, through trial, tribulation, I'll keep working, every day, every day. I'm determined to go with Him all the way.
So I'll work until I make it. I'm gonna work until I make it. I'm gonna praise until I make it. I'm gonna praise until I make it. I'm gonna serve until I make it. I'm gonna serve until I make it. I'm gonna work until I make it. I'm gonna work until I make it. I'm gonna sing until I make it. I'm gonna sing until I make it. I'm gonna praise until I make it. I'm gonna praise until I make it. I'm gonna praise until